And for once I actually remembered to pack my bloody tint brush. Last time I forgot. Got it now. Morning campers! Well, as you can see, my hair has like disappeared. It's like all gone. Yeah, it kind of like was getting in my face and just getting everywhere, so I've now had it all chopped off and chopped a lot shorter, and I kind of like it a little bit shorter-ish. The only part of it I actually don't like are the roots, and that's what we're going to be tackling today. The roots. I mean, like now it's shorter, I think my roots look a bit more obvious, and I know it's been locked down and people haven't noticed roots as much, but honestly. Look at the state of the bloody things. Look, they're absolute bloody mess. They're horrible. They are literally horrible. I pull my hair up, I can see roots. I look at my hair in the mirror and I can see roots. I have like a whole stripe here now. Literally, it's a stripe. It's a very even stripe, I'll point out. My hair grows very evenly, and I think that's probably a bonus. I'm surprised by how like straight it is, to be honest. I would have thought it would have been a bit more bumpy and whatever, but I'm not complaining. My hair has grown. Hair grows, it does that. So yeah, now I've gone and had it cut. It obviously needs re-dyeing. I've noticed it's fading out at the end still. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dye it all as if like I've never dyed it before. We are going the same colour though, only we've got a different kind of dye to use. This is the dye that we're going for now. This is the Schwarzkopf Live Intense Colour Deep Black. I've used the, is it Cosmic Blue or Blue Black? Well, the colour is blue black. I've used the blue black version of this Schwarzkopf before, and it did leach colour everywhere into the towels at the hotel for quite a while afterwards. Yeah, don't dye your hair, then go on holiday and have it leach out all over the nice white towels. They don't like it. But yeah, anyway, we're going to have a go with this colour. I haven't used this colour before, but I have used a similar colour. I think I've also used the purple one of the purple ones. I think it might have been Cosmic Purple about 8-9 years ago. I can't remember. It's been a long time and I've slept since then, many times. But yeah, anyway, we're going deep black. It is a nice jet black colour. I kind of like my hair dark. I know I was like deliberating between whether to keep it dark or not, or have a complete and utter change, but it's kind of, well, I'm in the process of looking for a job after my masters and I can't really dye it bright colours anymore. That kind of gets frowned upon in job interviews now. So I've gone for black again. Inside you get your normal bog standard conditioner, sachet, your application bottle with your developer in, and then your thingy of dye, which is this thing. Never quite know what to call this. It's a tube, isn't it? A tube of dye. Tube of dye? I think it's a tube of dye. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, it's got a squishy thing of dye. You squish the dye out of it and into this bottle and shake it up and track it on your hair, and that's it. Good to go. Yeah. So I'm gonna try this out and see how it goes. Right, so first steps first, read the instructions. I've done that already. I've also prepped a few things like tint brush and gloves at the ready, and did my allergy test on the day that I bought this dye, which was some weeks ago now, so I'm going to be okay with it. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this tube of dye into this tube of developer. If your name is Brad Mondo, look away now. In fact, don't even watch the rest of this video because you'll be sitting there going, oh, she's doing it all bloody wrong. I don't give a care anymore. Different way of phrasing it, that. It's like, it's my hair. If I'm going to wreck it, I'm going to wreck it. I don't care no more. Don't care. The good thing about this one is that the developer doesn't seem to be as liquidy as the last Schwarzkopf one I used, which was the, what was it called? The natural one, was it only Love Only Natural? One of them. That was like milk. Liquidy developers like that absolutely terrify me. It's like, no, no, no. But yeah, just seemed pretty quick and painless to pour that in there. It is going slightly red. The fact that it doesn't like go black instantly kind of fills me with dread a bit. It's actually like going a bit red, a bit purple. I know, these colours make up like black pigments, like especially jet black pigments. And I know this from chromatography that I've done like thousands of times throughout my course at uni and with my brownies and everything. Like, using that hand, that hurts. There we go. So I do know that like all reds and purples and pigments and things make up them, yeah. I always seem to forget. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get away with one bottle of this on my hair with the length it is now. I think I probably will, because I'm going to mainly focus it on my roots anyway and then just kind of filter it all down to the ends. Kind of like a whole, it's going to end up being a whole hair dye pretty much, but I don't care. My hair's quite thin and fine, so I'm fingers crossed I'll get away with it. Right. That looks more or less mixed. Got nothing hiding, like not big lots of developer or anything hiding at the bottom, like where it usually hides. So, time to get it on my hair. So what I've just done is literally just section my hair off a little bit at the back. I don't usually do this, but I figured I probably should. It might make my dyeing things a bit evener, and especially as like the roots at the back are a bit long, and because now I've had my hair cut, like the roots at the back are like the majority of these bits of hair. So that's where I'm going to start, because it's got the bits with the most roots, which is going to get me about the longest time to process. I hate these gloves, it's like putting plastic bags in my hands, like carrier bags. They're so noisy, these ones are really noisy. I don't like the noisy ones. But seeing as I was going to pick up at Egypt and forgot my other ones. Well, I can't be asked about the walk over now, it's like 5 o'clock. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy. But yeah. I can't believe I've actually got a toothbrush. After like videos and videos of using my fingers to like squeeze it along my hair rug. I've finally got it. What's through this? Damn it, urge. That's one zero. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah. Right. Squeeze a bit. There we are. Picked up in the face. They look like black spots on my face now. Let's just flip up. Still pretty good. And it's always too bad at dyeing the back of my hair. So, though to a degree, I think everybody is. It's just because you can't see it, can you? Really? I kind of figure as long as I get it all, it'll be all nice. Get these bits here, on the side. So what I do when I'm dyeing the back of my hair is I kind of go around the hairlines on the left, across where I've sectioned it across the top, and then down the other side on the hairlines. And then I'll flick a bit up, and then I'll fill in the root bit, flick the next bit up, fill in the root bits, and then flick up, and basically so on until I get to the bottom part of the hair roll. This dye actually doesn't smell too bad. Usually like the permanent ones tend to funk a bit. This one kind of smells a bit like soap. I like soap. Soap's good. And I've just realised that I've forgotten to like Vaseline like my ears, etc. I don't care, it will bloody come off. Well, it better bloody come off. I think I'd cry if it didn't, if I didn't like black ears. It's gonna be bad. Yeah, it probably smells a bit like soap or conditioner maybe, like hairdressers. Also, while this isn't running, make sure like you've got an old top on or a top that ain't going to show the dye. I mean, my t-shirt's black. If I drop this on here, this top ain't getting any blacker than white, is it? It ain't going to matter much. Right, let's add this bit of my hair up and I've done that. Because of how thin and how fine my hair actually is, especially while it's short, I only tend to sort of divide it into two when sectioning it, because otherwise it just kind of, I'm having to like unpick it every 5 seconds because I've got not enough hair to work with. It's like very fine, very thin layers. Right, let's go into these top bits and get rid of these bits. Oh, look at that. You'll actually be able to see that I've got a widow's peak. See a widow's peak with this bit here? And it's like blondie / translucent. You can't see it. Yeah, you'll actually be able to see it. It's going to make my face look a different shape as well, probably. Oh, I've got my head already. I even want to touch that thing. Oh well, it looks very blue. This bit on my head does anyway. It always tends to look either blue or purple whenever it gets on my skin. Hopefully that's not a thing to worry about. Oh. Oh, there we go. Enough of the hard bit around the ear. Watch it go bloody everywhere. And it'll be like a nice colour in here as well. I'm hoping this colour will make my eyes pop a bit more. Particularly if I'm wearing red. But like hair usually does. Usually makes my eyes stand out a bit more. Look like these bluey, greeny, grey coloured eyes. Baby names, you guys are what on. Baby hairs are always like the hardest ones to dye because they don't want to get covered in dye, like they don't want to stick up where you're painting the rest of it, and they kind of do their own thing and you kind of end up dyeing your own head just to dye your baby hairs. Right counters, that's like majority of like my hairline done. I'm now gonna do the rest of it off of camera and then I'll come back at the end and have a little debrief on the application process. Well, ta-da! It's all on my hair now. As you can see, I seem to have dyed quite a lot of my head as well. I'm going to scrub that off in a minute. But these gloves are crap. Look, it's gone straight through the glove. I always end up with dyed nails as well. Hence the reason I take my nail polish off, and I do intend to paint them after I've done this. But I always advise, don't use the ones in the box. Buy a proper, like, latex-free, plasticky kind of version. And reuse them as well. You don't have to, like, just wear them once and chuck them away. If you wash them properly and dry them properly, you can use them more than once. But yeah, it saves this. But look at the state of it. I have no idea how the dye managed to permeate the gloves. They've got a hole in them. I suppose like they've got perforations and stuff in, haven't they? So I guess that's kind of where it's coming from. But yeah, well, the application process was pretty okay. It's sort of gone in my hair. It feels a bit like a conditioner when you're like spreading it around, so it's nice and smooth. It's smoother than some of the other dyes that I've previously used, and it's not runny either, like it's not dripping. It does feel wet, but it's not like a drippy kind of wet. It's not. Doesn't feel like it's going to pour off my head or pour down my back or anything, so that's good. I like this consistency. It's easy to move around, but it doesn't slide straight off your head again. Right, so according to the instructions, I'm going to leave this on for about 30 minutes. I might leave it a little longer depending on how my hair feels. My hair's quite resistant, and obviously like the greys and stuff that come up through my temples, they might need a little bit more processing time. So I'll kind of have a look-see, and after 30 minutes, and if I need a little bit longer, I'll leave it for a little bit longer. But well, I will see you when I wash it off. Well, campers, I've now back with dried hair, and well, it's so good to have those roots finally gone. They were like this long on the top of my head, weren't they? It looked a bit ridiculous. It does sort of very dark and inky, but I think that's just because it's like newly dyed. It is also like a jet black dye, so that's probably the kind of colour I was expecting anyway. I have noticed it is like a tad lighter on my roots, but that might just be because my roots are blonde. Well, blondie-ish, blondie-reddy, brownie, grey mess. But anyway, yeah, they were a lighter colour than the rest of my hair, and they obviously haven't got the layers of dye kind of built up on it, so I kind of expected that. My hair feels really nice and really smooth. I really like the conditioner that came in with the dye packet. It smells so good. It smells so good on my hair now, even though it's like washed out and dry. It smells so good. It smells a bit like mango or passion fruit. If it's made in a bottle, I want some. I'm gonna have to like hunt around to see if I can find some of it. It's like, it smells so good. And it's a really thick conditioner, and it kind of feels more like a conditioning mask than an actual conditioner. It kind of like sits in your hair really well, and it's easy to wash out, and it hasn't left like a massive amount of residue or anything in my hair, the conditioner. My hair's quite fine, so it tends to be quite picky on conditioners. They tend to like to stick in my hair. Not a good thing. But this one's come straight out, and it's made my hair feel really nice and really smooth. A lot of the time it does feel quite damaged after I've dyed it. That obviously it's all dried out and whatever, but it feels a little dry, particularly at the ends, but I can remedy that with a little bit of hair oil. Again, that's normal for it to be kind of dry at the ends. I think having like a lot of the length chopped off has kind of also helped with the lack of dryness, because it's all kind of healthy, relatively, we hope. Bearing in mind that the majority of it was still covered in like cheap dye, so... The main issue that I've kind of had with it is the fact that it stained my head quite bad. You'll notice it like around my eyebrows and whatever, and there's a few places like on my head. It ended up kind of smudging over my head, and I did wash it off with a bit of like soap and water and a bit of face cleanser, but it's kind of still stained a little bit as well. You can see it most notably around my eyebrows and on where my parting is. I'm hoping after like a couple of showers and a few times after I've washed my face, it will be alright. I haven't exactly got anywhere to go between now and Monday, so it's fine. So I'm kind of hoping that it will just sort of fade off itself. I have found that vodka's helped to fade it. It sounds so stupid, but alcohol-based products usually pick dye and stuff off your skin a bit better than the water-based products or oil-based products. I did use an oil-based cleanser, just kind of hoping, and that did take off like a fair bit of it as well, but the vodkas worked better. So if you've ever spilled dark hair dye on your skin, use vodka, it works. It's not stained my bath either, which I was kind of worried about, but so that's another bonus. You do have to like still wipe it out afterwards after you've used it, like everybody does, but like usually I end up with like bits staining around the taps or on the tiles and stuff where it's just dripped, but that's washed straight off. So another bonus, it's relatively easy to clean and relatively mess free apart from on your own skin. I also managed to just use a single bottle on my whole hair, which was fab. I was kind of worried, especially a bit towards the end. There were a few minutes when I thought, uh-oh, I'm going to need to like use the second bottle for like a teeny tiny bit. I wouldn't have used the second bottle. I'd have gone and got my bottle of conditioner and just added a bit of that and into the bottom and just use it. It's only a bit on the back anyway, you're not going to see that. Well, it's not going to be like that noticeable if it's like hiding underneath like my longer layers of hair, is it? So who cares? But yeah, I managed to get like my whole hair done with one bottle. Again, another bonus. Usually it takes me 2, especially when my hair's long, it takes 2. Possibly, we get into the realms of almost a 3rd bottle, which is virtually unheard of for me, but chopped short now, so that's a bonus. It means it costs less to dye it. It has made my hair is like really smooth and really shiny. Like I can literally see the shine, and it feels so good to have like proper dyed properly hair again. I haven't had dyed up my hair for like 3 months, so the roots were pretty drastic. So yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased at how smooth and shiny and however it feels, and it's just so nice. Sometimes it's just nice to dye your hair for you as a self-care thing. Marks out of 10 for the dye. Probably say a good 8, possibly a 9 if I was feeling good. I do really like it. The only thing I've taken marks off for is the fact it's on my bloody head. I don't want it to stain my skin. I know it's part and parcel of like dyeing your hair and whatever, but still, it's a bugger. It's a pain in the ass to get off, and especially when it's on your face as well. Like even accidental drips are going to end up staining your skin with that one, so just watch out. You can see it's all in my nails as well. Look, I need to paint them. But in terms of everything else, I really liked it. I like the fact that it's a nice thick, almost gel-like kind of dye because it doesn't drip. It was easy to wash out. Sometimes I find with the cheaper ones that there tends to be patches, clumps of like the dye mixture that likes to stick in my hair, and no amount of water will like get them out. I have to kind of shampoo it. But I didn't have to do that with this one, which is another bonus. It doesn't smell too bad either. That might just be me that thinks that, but I genuinely didn't think it smelled too bad. And a lot of the cheaper dyes, they're absolutely horrendous. You can really smell the ammonium. It kind of like burns all up your nose. So that's again another plus. We like this dye, lots of pluses. Would I use it again? Yeah, definitely. If I can buy it when it's on offer, I would definitely use it. I'd recommend it as well because they seem to have lots and lots of different colours, so there's probably going to be, if you don't want to dye your hair black, you could probably have a go with another colour as well. Be interesting to see how much this one bleeds when I do wash it and how much it does fade. Blacks, I find that there's so many layers of like black dye on my hair now that it kind of just doesn't fade as much as it used to. Sometimes it will if like it's been a while since I've like dyed the ends of it, or if I've got long hair like right on the ends. Usually when I do a root touch up, I kind of do like the top half when I've got longer hair, because it doesn't move all the way down, so they kind of end up a bit faded, and I find that as the ends get split and start to dye, they do kind of go like a browny kind of colour. But it'd be interesting to see how it fades. Hopefully it won't fade too much. Fingers crossed it won't fade too much. Fingers crossed it won't bleed too much either. I know I have got like a whole load of old towels and stuff that I don't really care if they get all covered in dye. That's the purpose of me having old threadbare towels as hair dye towels. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy bunny. I definitely buy it again. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a little thumbs up. Don't forget to say hi in the comments, and if you like this video and you'd like to see more of this kind of thing, don't forget to click the subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.